Good morning. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Friday. I think that week went really, really quickly. Hello. I'm Michelle House from Rich Living, and this is High Vibes at 5:55. Yeah, I reckon this week just kind of shot through. It's out here. It's done. It's over. Well, not quite. We've got Friday to get through. How's everybody's week been? Has everybody had a great week? It's been our first week of money school, which has been really awesome. We've had O week over there, so we've been getting to know each other a little better as a group, and as we go through these next 6 months in this deep dive money school. It's very exciting. So yes, and we've done. This is the fifth. What are we at now? 105. 105. This should be easy to count. 105 by 55s today. How exciting is that? Oh my God, they just keep going. They just keep going. Oh, excuse me. I've got an itchy nose. Who have we got this morning? Hey, Sonia. Hey, Melinda. Hey, Friday. Good morning, Holly. Good morning. Hey, Emma. Not missing in action today. Ready to go. Got my avo bacon and feta on sourdough, coffee and juice. All right, let's go, girlfriend. Bailey. Oh, Bailey, how did your photo shoot go yesterday? I saw that you commented a little bit about it, but it looked like it was really cool. You'll have to share the article with us all in the Rich Living Room when that comes out. Yes, happy St. Patrick's Day. That's right. Good morning, Kate. Hey, Vesna. Nice to see you. I've seen you nearly every day this week, I think. Hey, Kim. Good morning, my first for the week. It's always a first for the week. Lovely to have you here, Kim. Hey, Melly. Hey, Georgina. Good morning. All right. So what I wanted to chat about today is the difference between procrastinating and flow. So, and guess what? We're going to use me as an example, and I'm going to tell you a story. Procrastinating for me is when, and there's a couple of things that I'm really good at procrastinating about, and it changes over time as my feelings about whatever the activity is changes. So one of the things that I noticed I continually procrastinate about at the moment is writing. So writing has not been something that I have done a lot of at all. And I'm not talking about my conscious streaming writing. That's kind of different. I'm talking about professional writing for my business, talking about writing for my business. And, I've got the plan and writing the articles and writing stories about myself, and writing content. I'm really good at speaking content, but actually sitting down and writing about it, I don't know what I'm kind of coming to terms with it, But this week I noticed that I had quite a lot of writing that I needed to do. Articles I need to keep emailing my list and keeping in touch with them and being of service and adding value. And I get to this point where I go, I don't even know what else I'm going to write about. What else am I going to write about? I'm empty. And that feeling there is completely different to what I'm calling procrastinating. So procrastinating for me is when I'm lying down on the sofa watching Netflix and I know that I'm on a deadline or that I should be doing something else. And I go, what comes in is so there's the should, you should be writing. And then straight away, because of the work that I do and I guess how in tune I am, straight away up comes the belief that you're not good enough. So my beliefs now come up as really clear statements for me. It's not a story around it so much anymore. It goes straight to you're not good enough. And then it's easy for me to process and move through quickly. So I know when I'm procrastinating because the belief comes in straight away. I know when I'm waiting for flow because nothing is there. I'm centered, I'm grounded, I'm ready to go, and something else will occur for me to not be in that space. And that feels more in flow than the writing. Does that make sense? I was thinking about this before going, it'd be so good if I could just have a camera on my shoulder and go, right now, Michelle is procrastinating. No, right now, she's not in flow. She is in flow. Hang on, is she in flow? Is she out of flow? That just might be a little bit crazy. But yeah, so let me get that distinction for you, give you that distinction again. Procrastinating has a should around it. Uh, have you felt that? You know what I'm talking about, right? Where you go, I should be this, but I'm doing this. When you're in flow, that question doesn't actually come into it. So you just go with where the flow is, where there's no, where there's light, where it's easy, where it's graceful. So the example again last night was, actually wasn't even on a deadline for it last night. I just felt flow to write. So I came down here and wrote, I don't know, 200 words in 10 minutes. And I just wrote. But I use the same process now where I don't edit. I just type. And then I go back and check it all later. But it flowed. It just came out. And I went back and I read it and I went, oh, yeah, right, okay. But I wasn't procrastinating. The procrastinating that I was doing prior to that, the day before, was about not being good enough. So then you've got to step in and clear the not good enough, which is what I did. And then all of a sudden, it's easy to write and it's in flow and it's fast. It's not something that I've got to allocate hours of time to. It's, over and done within 10 minutes. Okay. Oh, you can hear me now back. Okay, good. I just saw that you couldn't hear me. Sorry. So where is it in your life that you are trying to determine whether or not you are procrastinating or finding flow? The article that I wrote last night was about how I was procrastinating about looking at my finances and really taking a black and white look at where I was at in my life. And I wanted to keep my head in the sand because I thought that looking at it was going to make it worse. I already knew in my mind what I thought it looked like. I had already was watching all the bills coming through and the phone calls and the stress and the worry and the feeling. So I just kept, it was feeling and thinking. I was really good at feeling and thinking about it, but I actually did not, I procrastinated about writing it down and putting it on paper because I thought that that was going to make it worse. What it actually did was made it easier because it was in black and white and it was on the page in front of me. It actually, my emotion and feelings were detached from it while I was doing that. So I know I was procrastinating because you should be doing a budget, you should be planning your money, you should be checking it, you should be this, you should be that, you should be seeing if you can get better deals on stuff, you should. And then in would pop in, but you don't have time. You're not organized enough, you're not efficient enough, you don't know enough. Then that was where I knew I was sitting in procrastination. So if you are in a space at the moment where you, you can actually feel procrastination as much as you can feel flow. You can feel procrastination. It's like you're in a compass is going, here she goes, she's going to procrastinate about this one. So just tune in. It's like fine tuning of the radio. Tune into that feeling. Go, ooh, yeah. What is that? What is that? Am I procrastinating, or am I waiting to see whether it's in flow or not? And then go with that and step up and just do one thing that moves you out of that procrastination. So for me with that money stuff, one thing to move me out of that procrastination was to look at, why are you doing this to yourself? Why are you saying that you're not good enough when you actually used to run finances for a company? So that's a bullshit statement. Let's go look at that. And then I just looked at that one thing. I didn't look at doing a budget. I didn't look at my bank accounts. I didn't open any more bills. I didn't answer any more phone calls. I just looked at that one thing. But in looking at that one thing, I was then guided to the next thing. Okay, you actually do know how to do this. Right, so why don't you just take 10 minutes and go and get everything out and put it all out in front of you and work out what needs to be done first. I can do that. I can do 10 minutes. And then the flow just starts to happen, unless the universe is addressing you into another direction that needs to be addressed with right now. But then if you go back here, the flow starts to happen and the ease around it starts to happen. And I guess that's what I want you to look for, is where can I have ease and grace around this instead of shooting and self-loathing. We get to that shooting place and the self-loathing starts to kick in. So have a look at that and go, right, how can this situation have ease and grace around it? Yeah. I'll just have a quick look at your comments. Good morning. Hi, 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 hi. Oh, internet wasn't playing nice. Morning, Robin. Oh yeah, you got back on. Okay. Posting content is one for me too. So let me just step back into that. I'll do everything else on my to-do list except to sit down and write an article. But I know that I have a deadline. And I have that deadline because when I created the deadline, I was in flow with the deadline. It's not because I went, there you go, there's your deadline, that's your structure, that's what you're sticking to. When I created the structure and the schedule, it was in flow. So it would actually not be very kind or very nice of me or very respectful of myself to then not take action with that schedule, right? Certainly there's times where I sit back and I go, okay, I've got an article that's due this week. Um, it's due on Friday. I notice that I start to put it off, but then I go, okay, hang on a second, are you putting it off or are you looking for flow? I know, okay, putting it off, okay, why? Da 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 da. No, I'm just looking for flow. It doesn't feel right now. And that often happens too, where I will go for a whole week and then 24, not even 24 hours, 12 hours before the deadline, I go, oh, look at this. Suddenly I have flow and it will flow out. But just be clear, there's a very big distinction between that and procrastinating. That was for Emma. Um, oh, hi, Deborah. You had trouble finding me this morning. I did forget to post the reminder. I'm sorry, that was my fault. Emma, oh, good, yep, shit all over myself all the time. Oh, Rochelle, hi. Nice to see you. Rebecca, hi. For me, light flow plus heart space. Totally, totally. Going back to that space of, is this a heavy feeling or a light feeling? Heavy, light. That's the easiest way to do it. Is this heavy right now or is this light? Light is flow. Heavy is force and hard and tough, and struggle and challenge. That's not the space. Go to the light. Go to the light. Laugh out loud. I am procrastinating about that too. That's the voice in my head. Kim, this is helpful right now. I need to get in the flow with my assignments. My thoughts are doubtful as to whether I'm capable of conquering a fear to be successful at this career choice. Awesome. So that is such a perfect awareness for you to have, Kim. Let's start a hashtag over in the Rich Living Room. If one of you lovely, beautiful women could do that for me. Let's go hashtag procrastinating. Can we go procrastinating or flow or finding flow? Let's go hashtag finding flow. Let's do that. Hashtag finding flow. And then Kim, just copy and paste that comment over there so that we can jump on and talk through that. Yeah? Cool. Emma, technology is the bane of my life at the moment. Desktops are, oh, I wonder if I'm actually manifesting this because I've got lots of posts I could be putting up. And that's the other thing. You know, once you uncover something about yourself, there's something else to uncover about yourself, and something else, and something else. That's a really interesting point, Emma. Really interesting. Um, yeah, and just do 10 minutes at a time. I think that's the other thing is we go, oh my God, I've got 4 articles I need to write this month. Oh my God, 4 articles, that's nearly 1,000 words. Oh, what am I going to write about? I can't think of any topics. And then, you know, thousands of topics start floating around your mind. You go, you know what? Let's just come back to this. I've got 10 minutes right now. I'm going to ground and connect and ask the universe to guide me. Okay, what you got? And don't try to make it perfect. That's the other thing that gets in the way is that inner perfection voice of you're no good, you're not a writer, look at that, you didn't do a capital I, you didn't put a full stop in, you didn't put a comma. Yeah, okay, thank you, bye. Right. And then go back and edit later. That was the best writing tip I ever had. So Emma's going camping. Might be a good time to reflect and you can't use your technology. Very, very timely, very in flow, very in flow. Rochelle, having said that, I haven't gone into Xero and sorted my accounts for months. So instead of I haven't sorted my accounts for months, right? Which can be really overwhelming if, you know, say 6 months behind. Why don't you just do this week? Why don't you just do yesterday and just get yesterday's in there? And then go, okay, I've done yesterday's, I'm fine, I've done that. And then do last week's, and then do last month's, and then do the month before. You may find that you sit down and do yesterday's, and you go, oh, what was the day before? What was the day? Oh, what happened that day? Da, da, da. And the flow actually comes because you've taken action. Another important step is actually taking some action. The magic can just open right up and let everything through for you. So one day at a time. one transaction at a time. You know what? I'm just going to do yesterday's transactions. I'm not going to do, I'll do the rest later, but let me just focus on getting today's in. You know what? I'm actually going to do that because I have been so flat out with money school. Uh, and that may be just a little bit behind, maybe. But I've been looking at it and going, I'm so far behind, I'm so far behind. But I've been saying that now for 2 weeks. So I'm going to do that. Who wants to do that with me? I'm going to just do yesterday's transactions. And then we'll see what happens, see what goes from there. Bailey, yep, exercise has been a big push for me in the last couple of weeks, but now I'm in flow after remembering how much I used to love to dance and be fit. Loving being active, it's such a flow-on effect. It so is, especially dancing. There's some kind of beautiful flow to that. Rochelle, never get my newsletters done ever. You know, it's great to have an accountability buddy. Maybe there's a group that you can be in. You know, you could even make an announcement in the Rich Living Room and say, hello, I run a business and I need to put a newsletter in every week. I need somebody that I can be accountable with. Is there anybody else in a similar position? You need to get the same energy and that you can, you know, support each other. It's like going to the gym. I go to the gym with my daughter because I just don't go to the gym on my own. She's my accountability buddy. So get an accountability buddy. It really helps to just get you through and gives you a bit of momentum. And it's always that thing of knowing that somebody is going to check up on you, that you actually do it. So feel free to hashtag need help, looking for an accountability buddy in a similar situation. Make sure they're in a similar situation because you don't want anybody who is not in the space of business and doesn't understand why a newsletter needs to be done every month. Yeah, cool. Hey Samantha, nice to see you. Rochelle, I don't know what the block is. Even that small of a step seems like a huge wall. It's one little step. And you know, it's that practice, of course, of grounding and connecting. So ground, connect, and move through. Yep, Fun Money Friday for me too. Awesome. Great, Bailey. Awesome. Let's all do that for Fun Money Friday. We've got three hashtags going. Hashtag need help. Can somebody go do these for me, please? Hashtag need help. Fun Money Friday. What was the other one? Oh my God, what's the other one? Hashtag, oh, Finding Flow. Hashtag Finding Flow. Newsletters, what are they, Rochelle? I haven't created a section on my website where people can sign up because then there's something, I have to write something of value. And you know what? I write this stuff. We're having an extra long 5:55 today because I've been so efficient this week, so we're having a bit of a chin wag. This, for me, I have thought I don't really have anything of value. Now, I know that you guys listen to this, you watch the 5:55s, you read my articles, you hang out in the Rich Living Room, and you're all on the other side saying, oh my God, I get so much value from her. She's so good. She's da 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 da. I know that, but I still sat in this space of I don't have anything to offer. I don't have any value. So that limiting belief, if I had kept that, would not have created this for you guys. Would not have created the Rich Living Room, would not have created Money School, would not have created all of this stuff. We are all super, super special little souls, special, expansive souls, special, special things that we have this great value to be offering humanity. And you know what? We just have to get the fuck over ourselves about it and just go, right, I'm here. It's time. That's it. I'm ready. I know. I'm of value. Let's go. And just do it. That's what I had to do. I had to get out of my own way. Yes, I had to clear up my limiting beliefs. Yes, I had to clear up my self-doubts. Yes, yes, yes. But there was a day and there was a time, and gosh, I wish we could go back in time on a movie reel somewhere and go, oh yeah, look at that. That's where it was. I saw it. That's where she did it. Where I just went, you know, this is just, I'm really sick of saying this about myself, that I don't have anything to offer, because I actually know that I do. All right, get out of my way. Let's go. Okay, oh, look at that. Limiting belief, self-doubt. Right, let me clear that. Limiting belief, self-doubt, let me clear that. Okay, great. Go. So jump in. Have that leap of faith. Tony Robbins had a beautiful video going around on Facebook yesterday. I'll see if I can find it. It's about his upcoming book, or book that's just been released. And he was saying, we are the only ones that can make the decision. Nobody else. only us can make the decision about being happy, content, joyful, adventurous, and free. We really do get to choose that or suffering. It's black and white and it's simple. You choose to sit over here and suffer and complain and whinge and whine and not feel good and be low vibed, or move over here to high vibes. Is everything going my way all of the time? No. But when something doesn't go my way, I have a completely different way of handling it. I don't jump back into suffering. I don't jump back into challenge. I don't jump back into hardship because I'm over here in high vibes. I look at that thing come through now and I go, right. Well, that's not what I fucking thought was going to happen. Okay, what are we going to do about that? My energy around it is completely high vibed. It's not coming back down that way anymore. I refuse, absolutely refuse to live my life the way that I was living it. That whole suffering shit, that whole uncomfortable, and I'm going to sit here and I'm going to be uncomfortable because it's easier. It's not fucking easier. It's not easier. Easy's here. Easy's here, and being okay with the things that come across that you didn't plan, that you weren't thinking of. It comes into your existence, and you go, whoa, shit. Okay, am I going to go to suffering about this, or am I going to go to how can this be different for me in my world, and how can I look at this in a different way, and stay there. Stay there. Don't go back to the suffering. Okay. Who needs a shake up today? Seriously. It's Friday. Go get them. All the things that you were not feeling good enough or had no value about or all that stuff. This week. Just today. Go, you know what? I can do it. Just one. Just one. I can do one. Okay. All right. Oh, look, Bailey's offering in there, struggling and helping with newsletters. There you go. Bailey, you must look at my newsletters and go, oh my God, would somebody proofread that woman's work? Okay. Oh, Georgina, need to do monthly newsletters, but I've been too nervous. Created once, but never sent it out. I send my little story out to 8,000 people. And I don't know how many read it. I'm pretty sure 8,000 people are not reading it. I don't have a 100% open rate. I know that. But I can't let that stop me because the 200 people that open it, or the 2,000 people that open it, or the 2 people that open it got some value today from me. And they appreciated it. And I made a difference and I made an impact. So who am I not to give that to them? Who am I not to act as a conduit of the universe and deliver a message? I don't have the right to say no. I need to be in that space of here I am your, this is what I do at the beginning of every 5:55. Dear universe, I'm guided by you today. I ask that the information you provide me is clear and concise and easy for everybody to understand. Okay, I am yours, let's go. So everything that I've delivered in the last 23 minutes, yes, it has come via my body and out my mouth, but I've surrendered to whatever the universe needed you guys to hear, and me, needed us to hear today. So when we can surrender to that and not be perfect about it, I mean, this isn't freaking perfect. I've got a light reflecting over here. My hair's pretty messy. I'm pretty sure I've got an itchy bite in here and some mascara under my eye. I don't think I put deodorant on. I'm telling you, it's not perfect. But I've been of value and I've been of service. So who am I not to do that? Love you guys. Love you. Yes, okay, let's go crazy with the hashtags. Let's run them as separate posts, so not all in one post. Accountability buddy, awesome. Louisa, she's read it. Lisa, Fun Money Friday. Is that a question mark because we're using that as a hashtag, or not sure what Fun Money Friday is? Fun Money Friday is just a day that I choose to deal with my money. It's a high vibes. So Fun Money Friday, you could go Magic Monday, Manifesting Monday, Money Monday, Wealthy Wednesday. There's lots of different things there. Rosie, when I get stuck, I just say fuck it out loud. And it seems so small. It just feels good to say it out loud and lifts the weight of whatever it is, and somehow it helps. Yep, totally, totally. Wow. That 10-minute 5:55 was a little over time. All right, my loves, have an awesome, awesome weekend. Sport breakup parties this weekend for most of us, I think. We've got the cricket one tomorrow, so the end of the term is coming up on us. All right, have a great weekend. Oh, thanks, Lisa. Have a great weekend, and I will see you on Monday live for 5:55. Bye.